Analta Leslie. And the one name, Gilda Courtney. Dano Jam, Sadamus Jelly from me Lille, me know what we do with me till it. Me grow up as a bedroom bully, bucket with vein full up them belly. I am a royal coffee, my style sticky like taffy. You coulda holla say me ugly, but a lone pretty girl steady chase me. Royal coffee, and my style sticky like taffy. How could you call me ugly when a lone pretty girl steady chase me? I am a royal coffee, my style sticky like taffy. You coulda holla say me ugly, but a lone pretty girl steady chase me. Royal coffee, and my style sticky like taffy. How could you call me ugly when a lone pretty girl steady chase me? Real, with a Creole, but we no normal. With a coffee and we royal. I am a royal coffee, my style sticky like taffy. You coulda holla say me ugly, but a lone pretty girl steady chase me. Royal coffee, and my style sticky like taffy. How could you call me ugly when a lone pretty girl steady chase me? Minor, tell you things you want make you catch feelings. Your mere existence you want left to examine. Ebenezer me gone, me know for the squeeze dumpling. Believe woman sweet like stew pumpkin. See me, but you don't know me. Confident, say that me bossy. Inquisitive, you call me nosy. Defend me rights, holler at me chancy. Me know this show no mercy. We don't take no back chat from nobody. You know have feel like me, but you must respect me. Tell me this more. I am a royal coffee, my style sticky like taffy. You coulda holla say me ugly, but a lone pretty girl steady chase me. Me cool and deadly, Machine Gun Kelly, Machiavelli, stay ready like Freddy. We have woman plenty, woman the city, woman the country. You coulda act like you no want believe me. Ask Dwight, that me bally. I am a royal coffee, my style sticky like taffy. You coulda holla say me ugly, but a lone pretty girl steady chase me. Royal coffee, and my style sticky like taffy. How could you call me ugly when a lone pretty girl steady chase me? Lot of sexy woman come out of the valley. Me like the way the body move when them the party. And a bitch white, and Alta Leslie. And the one name, Gilda Courtney. Dano Jam, Sadamus Jelly from me Lille. Me know what we do with me till it. Me grow up as a bedroom bully, bucket with vein full up them belly. I am a royal coffee, my style sticky like taffy. You coulda holla say me ugly, but a lone pretty girl steady chase me. Royal coffee, and my style sticky like taffy. How could you call me ugly when a lone pretty girl steady chase me? I am a royal coffee, my style sticky like taffy. You coulda holla say me ugly, but a lone pretty girl steady chase me. Royal coffee, and my style sticky like taffy. How could you call me ugly when a lone pretty girl steady chase me?
Royal Coffee. Good evening. Welcome once again to our weekly podcast. It is Wednesday. We are in Belize City, of course, assisted by our able producer, director, manager, boss up there in New York City. CY. This is See Smoke. When you see smoke, you know there's going to be fire. We got an exciting show on tap tonight. Hopefully everybody that's supposed to be on comes on. Man, I'm looking forward to talking with is Blacker himself. We spoke to the cast before, and we're looking forward to Royal Coffee, which this weekend puts their wares on display. But the man Blacker will also be there, and I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, he is funny. Funny, the gate man, key man, top security man. Boy, he cracks me up whenever I hear him. Lots happening out there. Of course, the elephant in the living room. Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. What an este. What an este indeed, people. I don't know. Everybody seems to have been watching the debate last evening. Everybody's talking about it. Um, it seems the consensus is that Kamala came away the victor. Now, people, I'll make it clear right now. I'm no Trump fan, but I'm no Kamala Trump fan either. I don't think Kamala Harris is all that everybody is holding her up to be. I believe that the one key point that Trump did not press on is that you've been there 3.5 years already in the White House. What have you done? Where were you up to 2 months ago? And where do you stand on the wars that are going on that have been waging under this administration? She keeps extolling the virtues of her boss, Biden. She is intrinsically bound to the policies of that administration. I am not I'm not feeling her. I might be one in a million, and you know what? That does not mean that I endorse Donald Trump or support Donald Trump. The man is a buffoon. I'm really not impressed with him at all. But I am neither goo goo gaga over Kamala Harris. Here in Belize, the carnage continues with motorcycle deaths. And seriously, good evening, Lisa. And
Hi, Jimmy. Good evening. Good evening, everyone, home and
okay,
abroad.
all right. I hear you clearing your throat there, like if you had something to say. Were you
No,
voice a voice?
I'm still having that delayed residual from the surgery.
Okay, I thought it was long COVID because
No, no.
I might be having a long COVID myself. I had a terrible cold. I never did get tested actually because I don't see the benefit on that right now. And I really think that it's just the COVID is just a bad flu. You just have to take care of it, um, and like you would any other bad flu. So
Right.
and so it stays with you for a while. It's uncomfortable, certainly, and not at all pleasant. But what you gonna do? All right. So anyway, Orton thinks that Kamala will win, and she just might. I just don't think that she's all that you're billing her to be. I am just not as impressed as you are. I 2 months ago, nobody knew this lady's name. She was invisible. She was nowhere in sight. Did nothing. All of a sudden, now she's the panacea to all that ails us. Makes no sense at all to me. Anyway,
Well,
uh-huh.
just to say, Kamala is very well known, at least in the state of
In
California,
the
where
state
I
of
live.
California, okay, yes.
And as a VP, she's been behind the scenes, and she's been doing a lot behind the scenes.
Lisa,
She
yeah,
has.
I hear you.
Um,
Yeah. I've heard it. I know she, as a prosecutor, she sent some innocent people to jail. A little short search of Google will come up with some things there that had people wondering. No, I don't. I'm just not convinced. We not went through a lengthy argument as to who's better and who's worse on this one because we have our opinions. No, and if you want a few minutes to share yours, by all means. Let me first of all, though, welcome Gregory to the show. Good evening, Gregory.
Good evening, sir. Good evening,
I hope you guys got your
Lisa.
Kingdom apparel because, like me, no, I understand
Mhm.
that if you try,
Oh,
if you try go to heaven, you have to have on the apparel because
the
for the
heaven
king,
you guys
that
heading
well,
for?
that the kingdom with the talk about, right?
Oh,
I mean, whether it
okay.
comes to us or we come to it, I don't know what's gonna happen. I
Okay.
know you know a skeptic, from a born skeptic. Um, one of these days, you have to face those questions that you ask, that you keep asking. How will she do
well, well,
anything? No. I was reading what I was trying to say. As the vice president, listen. How will she do, president, vice president? Come on. Biden
mm,
was active as vice president. A couple of other vice presidents before her. was at least visible in her given project. Maybe Biden didn't trust her enough to give her anything to do, and that might tell us something. So, listen, you
I
know,
don't think so. I think Biden is I think even though he seemed to carry himself as being a person of balance and equanimity, he maintains some white chauvinist behavior.
you think
Um,
that's a
I
part of
think
it
so. I think
because
that's definitely
even
part of it.
when
He's very old school. He's very old
yeah,
school.
we're talking about
He tried to
emphasis
fool
on
himself.
old.
Yeah.
And
Well,
when he was starting to show signs of senility, he was not letting go anything to Kamala, and Kamala was not aggressive enough to seize it.
yeah, because I think in those type of thing you need to kind of wait until it's given to you, or it just upsets the whole cart. So I think she did right in the way she tried to carry it out, but I think she didn't have stuff because Biden didn't give her anything. He seemed like she was locked out for the most part. But she's doing great now. She's
Yeah,
doing a
yeah.
wonderful job.
Oh
She's
man,
having an incredible presence, and so I suspect that she might well go on to win this
she
White
might.
House.
She might. Listen, I don't have a dog in the race. I share Deidre's sentiment, who was suggesting that she's no fan of the Orange one either, but the slaughter continues in Palestine. And she's a part of the administration that keeps sending
And you think you
loads
think
of
you think
money.
you think Trump will do any less? He'll do
I don't
more.
think so. No, I don't. No, but
He,
this is not again. That's why it's not about Trump and Kamala. It's what is about is the fact that America, with its vast amount of potential and experienced people, this is the best you could do. I
and
don't
that
see.
and it is pretty much what they call it, the tail wagging the dog, because I think Israel have us by our bootstrap or something. There's something something
By
going
your balls. Go ahead and
some,
say. I hope they don't
something
squeeze so
going on.
hard. Let
Something
me let
going
me
on.
let me welcome Rudy. Rudy, how did it go, man?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Thank you for having me. How about yourself?
Well, hanging in there, man. Trying to roll with the punches, no? Where are you? What state?
Well, currently, I had just gotten to Ladyville a few hours ago.
State
So,
of Belize.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm in Belize right now.
Ah,
I live in San Diego, California.
we
Oh.
call it Ladyville.
Oh, okay.
No, baby LA. Yeah. So all right, San Diego, wonderful. But you're in Belize now for the show, right?
Yes, yeah. I'm
What
here
what
for 4 days.
what character are you playing in the show?
So I'm a poet and spoken word artist. Both of my parents are actually, born and raised in Belize. They're both Garifuna. And I was asked to come out and be a part of the festivities and the fundraiser for Optimus. So
Wonderful.
when I got the offer, I was like, hey, I would absolutely love to be a part of this because I love the work that they're doing. So yeah, I'm here for it.
You're a Royal Croffy.
I'm sorry.
You're a Royal Croffy.
I'm not sure what that means.
What the show name that they're putting on?
Oh, yes, at the Royal. Yes.
Yeah. Royal Coffee, yeah, man. But you were born in the States, though.
Yes, yeah, born in San Diego, California.
All right. Who you got? Trump or Kamala?
Oh, considering those are our two options, definitely going full Kamala on this one.
Yeah, so I think you're agreeing with me what I'm saying, that I don't think that you're basically in the horns of a dilemma. It's not. America has too many brilliant people, man. Too many strong people. Too many independent-minded people.
Kamala is not my first choice, but I don't see anything wrong with her. I have complaints and I have issues with her, but I don't see anything
How
wrong
about
with
the
her.
administration that she's coming out of? And if you're saying that she was so behind the scenes and active, then obviously she's a part of all that has been happening under Joe Biden.
She is.
Which is a lot of support for wars. They started all these wars. They blame one another.
There are two wars, and I think
right.
the U.S. is responsible for probably both of them.
Both of them, and I believe they're on the wrong side of both those wars.
You think? No, I don't think they're on the wrong side of the Ukraine war.
Yes, they are.
No, I don't think they're on the wrong side. I think, however, we shouldn't be sending our tax dollars to it.
But listen.
I don't think in policy we are on the wrong side in terms of American contribution and spending our resources. I think that is where we are.
Gregory,
caught now.
Gregory, do you remember the Cuban Missile Crisis?
Yes.
What
Yes,
happened there?
most certainly. Well, certainly they didn't want nuclear weapon in their backyard.
Russia did not want to America wouldn't let
Did not
Russia set
want.
up a base in Cuba. That is
Yes,
basically
nuclear.
what happened in Ukraine.
Exactly.
Ukraine was inviting NATO in, setting up nuclear weapons in their backyard,
I agree.
and then Russia. And you know what? If you read up some of the stuff that was written about this, they were talking about it, and they could have averted that war.
Yes.
But
yes.
the UK and England said, no, let's go after Russia. And they're just trying to, and one has to wonder who's trying to control who. Who really wants to control this world?
Yeah. We know. And,
So
and
anyway,
definitely-
it's crazy. We're not here to deal with that tonight. We're talking about Royal Coffee, and we're talking about some of the other things. But certainly, America is in a situation now that is volatile,
Yeah.
crazy.
Actually, World War III have started. It's just with proxy right now.
It might have started, and maybe November 5th will see a full blown where everybody gets involved. Then you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. How Rudy? How are we gonna fix this, man? What we gonna do about this over there? What?
I believe that's way above my pay grade.
But you're a voter. You're a voter.
I'm
You
definitely a voter, and
you're in a that. You can't run from it.
Yeah. But you're asking me how do we fix it? And I don't know if I have the answer for that.
Yeah.
What I can do as a voter is vote for the person that I think is most qualified to do so.
Yeah. Which unfortunately I don't see any. But you got no. You can't not vote, because by not voting you're also contributing to the problem in another way.
Yeah.
So
No,
yeah.
voting is
But
essential.
Have
And-
you?
and,
Go ahead.
No, I was going to echo Mr. Cowie that democracy is active. It doesn't just ends at the point of voting. We need to be
Participatory.
active.
Participatory.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because it's not only voting, but also holding the person that we vote for accountable.
Yes.
For things that they said that they were going to do in the first place, which is why we voted for them.
Yes.
So that is also a huge part of being a part of the civic engagement. It's not only voting, but also making sure that
Correct. Holding their feet to the fire. Make sure they do what they're saying they're going to do, or what they're supposed to do.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think the big part of the problem is that we're more concerned with our personal interests. What am I getting from it? What am I where do I stand to lose? Is that I is kind of like
What time is it there in Belize, Michael?
7:14 actually.
Okay.
Yes, it's 4:15.
I just need to call 7:14.
Or you were going to
call Sharon.
Oh, is Sharon going to come on?
Yeah,
But I believe the crew is coming on too, aren't they, Rudy? As far as you know.
I believe so.
Yeah, but they'll only be on for an hour.
Okay, and then she comes on after that. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And we could get into the political stuff then. You're engaged with Optimists in what way?
Are you asking me?
Yes, you.
Oh, okay. So they're putting on the fundraiser. My aunt Bernadette Griggs, she works very closely with them.
Okay.
And she reached out to me, and when my aunt reaches out to me, it's always a yes.
There you go. Aunties and uncles will get you moving, what they it's particular aunties though. Don't
absolutely.
Don't let grandma get in there, because it's done. It's over. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So when she told me about it, invited me here. I
wonderful.
said yes.
Well, good to have you in Belize. Stop by sometime and see us, man. We on Lee Park on Gimnat Street, right off Central American Boulevard. You visit Belize often?
This is only my third time visiting, but I'm planning on visiting a lot more in the coming years.
Well, I hope you don't let the heat turn you off, because boy, it's been hot, isn't it?
It is a bit warm, but also in San Diego, we've been experiencing a heat wave for the past few days. So it's been like 100 plus for the past 3 days
in San Diego. Wow.
Yeah, so
Wow.
we're experiencing a heat wave. So this is actually a a nice little break from the 100-degree plus.
My God, if you believe there's a break for you, I was hoping today I could get a visa, but I don't know. So,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
but you like it. You do like Belize.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, man.
Were you
San
born
Diego has a.
in San Diego or in the US or in Belize?
I'm
No,
sorry.
he said San Diego. Yeah,
Oh
you're
no, I
born
was
in San
no,
Diego,
you
right?
asked him where he lived, but I
No,
was
no,
asking
no.
where was
That's
he
where he was
born?
born. He said San Diego. Yeah.
Oh,
No, but you answer it again. You're born in San Diego, right?
Yeah,
Or in the U.S. anyway.
yeah, I still live in San Diego.
Yeah.
okay.
Jose, can you see?
Yeah, I'm seeing you clearly.
Yeah, he got
Okay.
his glasses on.
Yeah, man. You got a different look there, more studious. So you come prepared tonight. I don't know. Make sure you read everything by the script proper this time, right?
Well,
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, I am seeing pretty good because in the morning I get up, I can see the sun, and it's so many million miles from the earth.
Yeah,
So that makes you.
million miles.
Yeah, right.
93
Yeah.
million.
Isn't it amazing though? Yeah, it's amazing you can see the sun every day.
And it takes 8 minutes for the light of the sun to hit the surface of the earth.
Some people have to wait 3 days for it to rise.
Oh Lord.
Anyway, see, you always get off into something when we stir Gregory. Rudy, by the way, let me introduce Joe Cowitt to you and Gregory Morrison. These are two. We do this every week. We've been doing this for the past couple of years, actually.
Yeah. April will make 3 years.
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
So
Yeah.
we're really honored to have you. We're looking forward to the cast for this evening. We have spoken to these guys before, no? I hope they come on, guys. We only get and they get the first half hour.
Mhm.
Then we go to the other guests for the second half, no? Joe, we talked the debate. We're going to with Kamala look weak last night. What do you think?
No.
I will say this, Mr. Chairman, that both persons entered that studio with the intent to maintain their composure.
Uh-huh.
But at the end, it is evident to me that Trump did lose it. But Kamala remained quite composed.
Listen, Kamala didn't do badly. I'm kidding, of course, when I say Trump fell for every beat Kamala threw at him. He's such a buffoon. But by the same token, again, too, I wasn't too impressed with Kamala's presentation. She's kind of like too emotional for me. Even look for breakdown a couple of times, and they don't really answer the question. One particular question they asked her, how is the U.S. doing better today than it was 4 years ago? And she never did answer that. And gone into a thing about Marieza and a lady take care of and all kind of thing. And I'm like, but that's not. But now this is why some people are saying that the interviewers were biased against her because they kept fact checking Trump, but did no fact checking of her. And you find when people like somebody, they don't see the fault in them. And when they don't like somebody, they see anything as fault in them. So that might explain some of it.
That sounds like a real PUP statement.
So I think that fact checking is good, but if there's no untruth, then there's nothing to check.
Yeah.
I think Trump indeed is his usual way, where he makes up these lies right off the cuff. And he is known now to be a pathological liar. I listened to Matt Drudge. Well, Matt Drudge is, I think, a quite well-renowned website who supported Trump in 2016.
Which website is that?
Matt Drudge.
Yeah, Matt Drudge. Now, he put it in this way. He said it's the end. Then you had other websites that feed off of that same website. And I think it includes ABCs and others. And they said that it's the worst performance of his life.
Of Trump's life?
Yeah, and others went on. And one of them put it that there is no comeback. The point I would like to make is that when you listen, even to Fox News, which when I listened to them last night, I was stunned. Because Fox News was interviewing, of course, people. And every one of them in the beginning that they interviewed was all in favor of Kamala winning the debate. But when they bring on the guy, I can't remember his name, Hannity.
Kennedy.
We all know how submissive and how blindsided he is with Trump.
Rabbit
Very
report.
rapid. And when he bring him on, what he did was simply to find hosts like Ted Vance and others who are so strongly supporting Trump. So during that period, you will hear nothing bad about Trump. But the minute you remove the host and you get someone who is a bit more balanced, then you hear the true way how people are thinking. I think one of the things too that hurted him badly is when he came up with human beings are in fact eating dogs and cats, etc.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
in Springfield, Ohio, you have a large percentage of Haitian voters. And they took serious objections to what he said because he was actually dehumanizing human beings.
Joe, but I grew up to hear say Chinaman eat dog.
Well, let's look at it this way.
So
They,
I'm not saying
many
that
people
what he's
do,
saying
but
is
not
true.
in-
I don't say he should have said it, but rumors like these do start and go about.
But it's
And
not.
once
It's
you
not.
hear it, I'm saying I saw that and it was stupid of him to say it. All right,
Yeah.
but I'm saying
It's
this.
offensive to people that contradicts that and see that as a racial slur. But we do know that there are people in the world that does eat dogs. But I don't think it's allowed in the United States, and I don't think it's practiced much in the United States. I've heard instances where people have gotten prosecuted for
I think
such.
Well,
I think there must have been a rumor in that area, and pretty much like how you heard the rumor after October 7th that they had raped so many people and burned babies and killed babies when it turned out there was no evidence at all to support that. That's the same way he must have heard that. I remember Joe Biden also repeated that and had to
Yes,
walk
he
it
did.
back.
He did.
So he might have heard a rumor and it was stupid of him to say it. But I'm
Mhm.
saying if we can't judge everything on just that, so and he did not have a
Well, we
good
judge it
showing.
on the fallout of how it's perceived, right?
I think
It
what they
was
are
perceived
doing,
very negatively.
let me tell you what they are doing.
Hmm.
And please bear with me for what I'm about to say. When you said that, but then the Chinese eat their cats or whatever,
I didn't say then that they did. I said we had a rumor growing up that was, and I'm sure you did. You ever hear that,
Yes.
Gregory?
Yeah, but I'm
Yes,
not
yes.
counting
All
that.
right, all right.
What I'm saying to you is that we are looking at cultures. When the British told the Indians who saw their cows as sacred, he tell them, why don't you eat your cows? You know what the Indians told him? He said, why don't you go and eat your rats and your cats? I mean your cats, sorry. So here it's not about whether people eat cats.
It's
In
this
America,
cultural sensitivity.
it's not, people don't eat cats and they don't eat dogs. But yes, in countries, as you say, it's true. The point to be made in what he said was that even when all that was given reassurances by Springfield leaders and the Springfield police, he continued to be saying it, but not only him. And this is the point that really they zeroed in on. You had some high profile candidates in the Republican Party, including Vance himself, including the fellow Cruz, the senator, including Elon Musk himself, who went through with that kind of rumors or saying things like that, which is why is it that they single out that statement he made to show that, listen, you all are high profile candidates. You are leaders in your movement. And here you are repeating this as if though it is true.
Well, Sonia, I know you hope it doesn't happen because you show a picture of a dog there. I know you don't want nobody to munch my your dog. But listen, the fact is that I do believe also that Kamala won that debate. I think that Trump fell for a lot of the traps she set for him. I know that. I'm not saying that Trump is any wonder on anything that we should hold up as a paragon of what is wonderful about America, but neither is Kamala. And I'm saying even Kamala's history as a prosecutor left some things to be desired. She sent people to jail for no reason, and that is public knowledge. So I am saying that while we're goo goo gaga about this lady who was invisible for 4 years, 3.5 years, and which is where Trump should have gone with his argument. Where how come you got all them plans now? How come you didn't try to put any of this into effect? You've been in the White House for 3.5 years. How come you didn't do that?
Well, let me fact check you now, Mr. Chairman. The truth about it that Kamala never did send anybody to jail for no reason.
What?
No,
What?
she didn't, and she couldn't.
What do you mean she couldn't?
It wasn't for no reason. She just was a
Yeah,
strict
it-
enforcer of the law and didn't make consideration.
She wasn't the judge. She
How
was
can you make such a statement, Joe?
Because
because
she didn't. She didn't.
she didn't. I'm fact checking you is that she did.
But she is the prosecutor, and she
Yes,
made
Her
sure.
office was. Her office was.
No, I need
She
to
was the
debunk that,
Attorney General.
Mr. Chairman, because I need to fact check on that. She was a very good prosecutor.
Uh-huh. And what makes her a good prosecutor?
Why? Because she was able to bring to justice
Ah.
many of those gang, well, not literally the street, high-profile people who are involved.
And get them put in jail, correct?
No, she was able to prove to the court that they were guilty.
And get them put in jail, right?
Then the judgment will be given by the court. By the
Man, you're being technical like you always do, man. All right. Yeah.
No, man,
Yeah.
but the prosecutor did not set the sentence.
I wanted to make it clear that I'm not pleading Trump's case here, and I'm not trying to prosecute Kamala, nor persecute her. But I'm just saying how I see it, and it might be different from you. Condolences to Deidre. Who died for Deidre? Lisa, do you know?
I didn't hear you say that again.
Condolences to Deidre.
Oh yes, I'd like to offer condolences from our entire crew at Sea Smoke to Deidre on the passing of her grandfather, Mr. Trapp, out in Orange Walk Town.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. All right. Yeah. Listen, people have been dropping like flies, you know. I see Frankie Beverly passed away. Hi, Sharon.
Good night,
Good night.
everybody. Good night,
You may-
baby.
Good
We're
night.
wondering if I may coerce you over to come in.
No, man, I just want to go to technology, so I say, I never know what time, but I see something so I could come in still. Oh, wow, Deidre.
All
I see
right.
Mr. Kawhi, I see Mr. Morrison, who else?
Rudy
Rudy.
Francisco is from originally from Dangriga, but by way of San Diego. No, he's stopped in on San Diego for a while, but he got roots in Dangriga.
Okay,
Yeah.
I might, that's on way tomorrow.
Okay. Well, yeah, you might get aside, no?
Yes, man, by the bliss. Yes, I hope so.
Oh,
Looking
good.
forward.
Yeah. So the show that went tomorrow. Where Ray there? Ray supposed to come on. When that is show? Sharon, do you know?
Tomorrow and the next night. Then also you go, Mr. Francisco.
Okay,
I
here
got
we go.
ticket for tomorrow, yes, the 12th and 13th, yes.
All
that's
right, correct. All right. And today 11th, yeah, tomorrow. And so you got tickets for tomorrow. All right. I have to
Yes,
try.
sea breeze blow and blow this pelican way you want.
I think you enjoy that show, girl.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next week. What's your review?
Okay.
What's your impression of the 10th of September? How did that go?
Well, the 10th of September, baby.
There you go.
I don't know about no. But I had my usual exuberance. I born exactly 9 months after the 10th, the 9th of June. So there was
So
something about that. And it runs through my vein. I love the history and the heritage. And, we commemorate, we celebrate, we bring in the tent, people come together, you buck up with one another. So for me, the officialness and the revelry and the traditions, and the keeping alive and the spirit, and that's in me, that's in us. So I always over exuberant, right?
But you run past that too quick. You were born 9 months after the 10th, so look like somebody else going to celebrate the lot of celebration on a day, girl.
Last year, I got bringing the tent, like Servicemen's League, and I had to give a talk, the All Saints So I get home about after 4, because you know, once I played, it was the 10th day of September, we under there, right?
Till
I
it done.
continue. Till it done. So I get about an hour sleep, get up, and I get that Saints right on it at 8 o'clock. Then I'm going to go parade. So I did never, I mean, kind of the thing about what I want to say, or the history and the heritage and so on. And then I had to say, my mother tell me my first 10th of September parade that I was in, I was 3 months old, and she was carrying me. So I said, look at that. Then when I had to give this talk, I had to share that. Then the thing strike me. So I had to put it in a kind of way at the church. But I said, surely my parents were really celebrating, you know, they got carnival, baby. Me that 10th of September, baby. 10th of September, and bam, so they ban 9th of September, 10th of June.
The mat was really matting.
Yes.
So yeah, but I now I watched the parade, the 10th of September parade, and this struck me as funny, because usually you have one PUP. When I grew up, I'm a PUP and UDP, 2 parade. I saw in this parade 2 UDP parade. One, they call it something for democracy, the guardians of democracy, and then the other parade behind them with the other UDP there. Which parade were you in?
Well, I'll tell you something. I always in at the 10th of September parade. And when I was chairperson for the St. George's Ski Day Society, my trust and my commitment was that anybody under any banner, Belizean friends of Belize, must come in at the parade, jump up how they want. But I encouraged and had a plan whereby we would discourage any party flags and, you know, party t-shirts and so on. And I think I'm there on Love FM, and when Mr. Vasquez name me, they interview me, right? So people start to call. People always call with mischief. When they call in the mischief, are more advertisement and upliftment at the tent. You know, Crofty and Belizean like saw a thing and chook mouth, right?
Yeah,
So
you wouldn't say.
yes. So I have to give you one more year when they will call it LMPOB. I never had money, but they may want to promote the 10th one. True story. I've written about it, right? I don't publish it yet. But so then they call us, which flag? What flag? I don't want no party flag. I said, anybody could come in. I said, but after the next year or two, we can discourage that, right? So that was the plan. So somebody asked something if the Union Jack will lead the 10th parade. I said, of course not. They believe, but that was a mischief question from a mischief maker, mischief monger. So I said,
was it G Mike? Was it G Mike?
Well, no,
Shobo.
Shobo.
No, I never Shobo neither. I was giving the joke, though. So I said, of course, the Belize flag. So the parade now is big, you know. And I say we not dance, Shankuno 10th day. So no carnival, we don't want it big, because at carnival we will commemorate and celebrate history. And carnival have a place. So another day, we want to jump up like carnival, that good too. So we catch way by there, we reach Barracks Road. Somebody sent one man with mischief, and the man had on a blue and white George Rice t-shirt, and then I said, somebody hug you up, man, here for the parade, all right? That kind of way. So it was beautiful. And the then Bishop of Anglican, when the parade came to its Yarborough Green or close to, I asked the policeman, I said, any battle, anybody, any problem, no problem, right? You know, people may continue with like they can't done, not just a march around. So while I sit down there, Mr. Shobo Brown, right, come to me. He said, Taron girl, you know Miss Nelly Arnold not out here? He said, yeah, that you said that he can't put in a Union Jack in at the parade. I said, what, Shobo? Me never said that. The Anglican bishop was there. It was beautiful. So I'm tired, but I got in touch with Miss Nelly. I always pay respect to the elders, right? And I said, Miss Nelly, I know see you, man, and I hear this, and you know, so we want the Belize flag, and I know you that part of the history, but you know, towards the rear. He said, well, and then he started. But you know what was beautiful? The year after that, I was at Albert Street, right? Upstairs, Mr. Cowie nowhere, right? And tired. And somebody came to the door, Miss Nelly daughter. I still got it. He sent a teapot for me from her grandmother as a thank you for building back up the 10th of September parade, right? So when you do things a certain way, you know, by the grace of God.
But you still wouldn't let the
That's
lady
all right,
use it. You still wouldn't make you wave a Union Jack.
No, he never come out, man. Why me they said that, yeah? Me no want to see PUP, UDP or any flag.
What
except
she
the
want me
Belize
to do?
flag.
What
At the
she
front.
want me to wave?
No, Shobo never come with no flag. He no need flag. He got on a full regalia. And remember, he used to dress up with them. The first I say umbrella hat, that's Shobo brown, red, white, and blue umbrella hat. And then Bobby Saxon had the red and blue stripe.
Right,
And
right.
he'd have on a long short pants belted in and whatever else. I think he used to like chain and jewelry and a big face watcher. So, right? But, you know, so that was beautiful. And I enjoyed anything there. Now, you know, you get your box for states. Or you get your lean stuff together. Your titivate up. Somebody tell me yesterday, dress up. I said, no, I dress up no two push back foot. There's a level how you do it, man, right? And have fun.
I remember it
My
differently. I remember that we pull out all the old clothes there, cut them up, tear them up.
Yes.
And because I remember doing that before I left for the States. I spent 20 years away. And when I came back, I decided that 10th, I went out there with my tear up thing. And when I get out there, me one look fool, everybody clean up and dress up and titivate.
You bring back nostalgia because I will say this, sorry to interrupt, but I always wear cut up t-shirt and so on, and they have a way for tight. But my granny lived to 102 and she used to speak about it as a centenary. So she said you used to have they used to bleach the flour bag, the flour sack.
Right.
Make clothing. Then she said a bile up that my bayman 2x7 bile up or something. Yesterday, I don't buy my rice and beans. A lady sell bile up. I buy that, right? I said, thank God you had bile up. Then she said I used to call the leash tennis shoes poor man Palm Beach, right? So people had a way they used to put together, right? And I enjoy that. So what you mentioned, a nostalgia, right? And then Belizean Americans used to condone, and I don't know, there was a little commerce and more bartering. And to tell you the truth, people used to, they're out in their rags and used to hear them guys at school and then they reserve people clothing. Boy, I like to see that. Then literally want to take it off their back. Then you know what Belizean Americans bring in? Me grew up with handkerchief, right?
Yeah.
But when Belizean Americans come down, I wonder when they drive down if handkerchief never enough. You know, remember when towel started to throw over shoulder?
Right. I believe an American. Anytime you see a man in a towel over his shoulder, he got USC in his pocket. So,
but I enjoy it, right?
A big part of it also was lemonade and cake. You're good at your marching at school parade. Yeah, man, and then you get a lemonade and a piece of cake afterwards.
Well, yesterday, day before, I ended up having to, you know, be at my office doing work till after 5. But the one instruction I get from my ma, please buy the lemonade. So me, they said no. And DJ, I think you would realize, and Mr. Coy could say, as I tell our friend, we come in for 10th and they visit the second 10, I say, lemonade could be all flavors, right? So I just drink some strawberry lemonade. So I find the lemonade, but me worry because I say I think only Christmas I have it, but I find the lemonade, so I get that. Then remember the light cake, right?
Yes.
Right.
Cupcake, yeah.
And I
too
tell you,
sweet and too sweet.
And I tell you what's sweet. We call it sweet. I say sugar
mint.
plum, but
Yeah.
they have another name for it. My friend bring it in from Barbados, right?
Yeah.
That one sweet. We have 2 color, right?
Yes.
And then how about the school children rally?
Right.
Yeah.
Now, Deidre,
And I have to mention that my sister, Karen, she always participate in the bicycle dress up and stuff, and she came in second in the contest.
Wow.
So, yeah. So
but they
every
had,
year she does it.
they had some nice bicycles this year, actually. I was
I want to tell you
surprised.
what. Sorry for talk over, but I say a question, Pandira, and I'll come back to it. But the bicycle race, I mean, one of the bicycle parade
What's up?
and
Yes.
clothes intent. And I
Yes.
think City Council had bicycles something
Yes.
competition, and
Yeah, they
also
were
the
the one that
society
sponsored the
in honor of
gift.
Tony Leslie.
Okay.
But one of the tradition I used to remind people of, and I remember when I'm a leader society, I begged and pleaded and continued until it was revived, the fire engine parade.
Yes.
And what a lot of people might not remember, there was a smokers after, which was the business community used to contribute. And then after the fire engine parade, the firemen would retire to the fire station. Well, that time I'm just one big location, right? And there would be food and toasting and a report on the year's work. But the community, the business people, used to it would be hosted by whoever that the fire chief, but the business community used to contribute, right? So I don't know if they do this. It was called a smokers, right? I don't know if they do that, but at least if I run out of the lane, right? I was going to shop somewhere and I see people out and I say, man, and I say, you see one, you see all, but when I see it, I get excited, right? It was nice, beautiful.
But you expose your age depend where, no? Because you remember thing where that way only Joe to shake your head.
But I listen to elders, you know, and I say when we run out of ideas, history and heritage, you reach back and then they're right there. Right?
So listen,
One other thing, Mr. Joe, correct me, you know, because remember you know wall before me, right? I had to go second and third hand. I ban long after Hattie, yeah. So
you're right.
Somebody show a picture front of whole Redeemer. I think that during Simon Lamb time when they had this celebration and the parade past there. But that Doyle Prince me remind me that Riverside Hall after the parade, they used to have greasy pole and Lee regatta and different things. You know, they used to have run race. They still have sports now. And one of the big things, and there's a man, Neil, who used to win. They used to have I guess you'll call it swimming race. You know, from St. George's to Belize City.
I remember that, yeah.
Yes. They no mention about Memorial Park. Gosh. Every night. Something.
Yeah. Right. From the first onward.
But I'd like to pick up on something that Ms. Sharon said, and if I understood her well, it seems that you were conceived about that time, right? On the 10th.
About 9 months before.
Then you were born 9 months after, is that correct?
Right after. The 10th to the 10th.
I was mayor of Belize City, and I will repeat it for the audience. I was a PUP mayor, of course. So, of course, we speak at the 10th. So the challenge for me now, here is this PUP mayor having to go and speak at an event, which was predominantly thought to be UDPs.
But I want to kill the 10th, Joe.
Well, I will tell you who killed it right now, but you cannot kill something that isn't dead. So again, that's a wrong statement, Mr. Chairman. I have to fact check you again.
Check now.
All right, well, let me finish what I wanted to say, please.
You can't kill something when or what?
Dead.
But I'll put it this way. That would have been national patriotic suicide. So woe unto he who would try to do that. This thing bigger than we don't know. So
you can't
wake people and somebody to rail up on the mayor that Belbo pan and our people person after the 10th parade. And we are deal with it. And so we're not deal with it. He can't deal with itself after this thing bigger than all. And we miss it. Peter John could play than that, right? Be busy enjoy.
I can't wait. Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead, finish your thought, Joe.
I had to give my speech, but you know what I did? I started out to put everybody at ease. And I said that we must see the 10th as the day when this nation was conceived.
Yes.
And then we will see the 21st as the day when it was born. So let's all celebrate today.
Yes.
11-day incubation period.
And you know what? You know what? Thanks, Mr. Joe. When I read history, right, and you could look into the bicentenary or bicentennial brochure, and you will see that there was an original committee of 40 of 1898 made up of leaders politics wasn't in it, you know. That reared its ugly head about 1945, right? And then you had the populist leader too, Simon Lamb, right? So people used to just, and it's a history, right? So I have here a speech given in 1945, right? And I mean, when you look at it, that like we people, you know, your history is your tonic, and we have to be heritage holders. Providence, I may almost say to Mr. Morrison, get Miss Deidre, drill it on instead of me. But I say, you know what? One time I tempt me like talk about it. So family 2 cents and 5 cents and shilling. But seriously, when you look, and I don't know how you all want to deal with it, but we have this wonderful, wonderful history. And Mr. Joe, you said wonder conception and wonder birth. My grandfather wrote and published in 1928, right here in British Honduras, as our country then was, in the book cover, Shoulder to Shoulder. And Elder gave me that after 110th parade at Yarborough Green. Said, Miss Sharon, I got something for you. 34 standards of battle epic, right? The battle and the flag. And I take it that 10th of September was about the battle and the flag as it then was. And 21st of September is about that same battle and our flag as it now is. So these things bridge and bring us together. And if you attack 10th, you're the dismantle independence. So woe be anybody who would attack your history.
All right. Listen, hold on.
The argument. You know how to call that out.
Time out, people. Sharon, how long are you on there with me? Because you were supposed to take the second half of the show.
Oh, sorry.
No, but you are hanging with me for a while. Because
okay, then. I'm there for another show, but I promise you, I will hang.
I see Ray's on. Ray, unmute your mic for me, Ray.
Well, mute me then, and then when you're ready for me again, please.
But you do that, baby. You could do that yourself. You just look for the mute button up on the bottom of your screen where you say mute, and you touch that.
Sorry, I'm not seeing it here. Let me look for more.
Look on the bottom of the screen.
Mine is not showing. I want just.
You say mute, stop cam settings.
Okay,
there you go. You got it. Ray, what's going on? You had trouble getting on when we wait for you. We nearly give up on you, man.
Had trouble getting on, and have witness because even Anna here.
Well, Rudy was hanging with us and keeping us company for the time being. Rudy, you're in Ladyville. You say where? You're in Belize, right, Ray?
Yes, I'm in Belize.
All right, you look brighter and more refreshed and more you're calm, everything.
Because I marched yesterday from
what? Serious?
I marched from Governor House all the way. I never reached Memorial Park. I had to sit down at the post office.
But this time not done like a before time.
I tell you, but I march.
Yeah, but that's good. The spirit is still there, though, Ray.
Yes.
I saw you on the stage, Mr. Ray. I saw you when I was watching the ceremony at the old Governor House there.
Oh, yes. Okay.
You were on the stage.
Yeah.
So the one that introduced and said something about the Queen of the Day.
The proclamation. I read the
proclamation. That's right.
All right. So tomorrow, let's talk about this show, Ray, because your time is here. I mean, the curtains are about to be drawn.
The curtain is about to be drawn. Lights out, curtain, go.
The show is on. Yeah, man.
Yes,
yeah. Yes. I see Blackout. Blackout was supposed to join us. You jump on tonight, or you know, make it.
I would hope so. I don't know if they sent him the link because my good friend Lisa was supposed to get in touch with him.
All right. What's the connection with, because Blackout big, very good comedian, and apparently has a lot of credits to his name, no?
That is correct. Blackout and I go way back. We were at the Edna Manley School for the Visual and Performing Arts back in 1979. Graduated together in 81. So we have been in touch with each other since then. And the Optimist Club brought us together back once more. We started some just during COVID, doing our great friend Delroy Fairweather started a comedy competition, and we did it on Zoom. And Blacka, myself, and two other, Altia Leslie and Joy Sigiri, were judges for that comedy competition, and that's how out of that grew the Optimist Club, and this third year performing as a fundraiser for the Optimist Club.
Wonderful. Anna, are you family with Sharon?
Are
Anna?
we still there? Can you hear me?
I don't know. I am not. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Ray?
Yes, we are first cousin.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
All right. That's one thing we got on there just now. We lost it a bit there.
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
I
Wonderful.
can hear you.
All right. Yeah. All right.
We're
Yeah. And you.
Sharon and I are first cousins.
Wonderful. Sharon.
All pits the pits.
Hey, careful when you say that, because pits now, when you say, man, you're the pits. You know, you might get in a trouble, and pits wash the badge, so we know that, right?
And you are bringing on a lot of heavyweight here tonight. I think I'm seeing Dwight Neal also.
Dwight is making an appearance.
Dwight is on.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I am here, Sergio.
Right?
And
Dwight's-
then I know you have Mr. Gonga. Well,
Yeah.
Mr. Morrison, we have to be.
Yes, sir.
These are heavyweights.
I
Dwight,
know.
Dwight stole the show the last time.
Why you think I'm being quiet? I'm learning.
Yeah, I think we need to step back. Go ahead.
Yeah.
It's all right.
But the show now is on tomorrow and Sunday, right? Well, not tomorrow and Sunday. Tomorrow, what's today? Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. Thursday and Friday. And any show on the weekend?
Yeah,
Yes.
but not in Belize City.
Ah,
Dangriga on the 14th and PG on the 15th.
all right. And the door opens at what time?
7 p.m. in Belize City, and 6 p.m. in Dangriga and Punta Gorda.
All right.
Ray, there was some, I don't know, I say confusion, but uncertainty about when exactly the show starts, as opposed to when the doors open.
Okay, the doors open at 8, right? Or the
At
show
7.
starts at 8.
Let's hear from Dwight with the confusion.
No, I was saying that somebody asked me if the doors open at 8 means that the show starts at 8, or does the doors open at 8 and then the show starts a little later? So what time exactly would the show start?
Which show are you talking about?
Belize City.
The Royal Crawford Show.
In Belize City.
I think the show starts at 7, as far as I know.
So then the doors open at
Yes.
6.
At 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have to be 6. Get everybody seated and whatnot, because you're sharp, right? You start on time.
Definitely sharp. Definitely
Yeah.
sharp.
How does Blacker come in? Where does he is he in, like intermission before your show, after your show?
Our show, Royal Crawford, will open the evening.
Okay.
We open the evening, and then we have the Honorable Rudy Francisco.
Yes.
Oh, there comes Rudy. So they were the one.
Rudy is sitting patiently for you to call his name.
No, we've been talking to Rudy for about 20 minutes. But you know me to tell me where to go on. You have your own show as a part of the
poet.
show. Is that it?
He's a poet.
Yes, I will be a part of the show.
Well, can we get at least a couple of lines? If not the poem that you're going to recite on the show, well, something else, no?
Oh, I mean, I could do a little something if you'd like.
Come on. Well, right. We'd like you. Yeah, we beg you.
Okay.
Impeach and implore.
Yes, indeed. Impeach and implore, but not a poem. Then, not impeach and implore. That's written by somebody else.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So yeah, I could do a little a short poem.
Please, yeah, man.
I wrote this one about maybe. Actually, I want to do this other poem, so I got to pull it up real quick.
Come on, gonna get it strong. Take your time. If you don't mind, Rick, because we're on your time.
Okay, I'm ready. I got it pulled up. So
All right.
I wrote this poem last year when I was in London. I was hanging out with like a writers collective, and we were putting writing prompts into a bowl, and then you had to pick one out, and then that would be like your writing prompt for the day. And my writing prompt was, "Where does God live?" And I thought about that, and I thought of all the places where I've seen a little bit of God, because of course God is everywhere, right? So this poem is called "All the Places Where I've Seen a Little Bit of God." All the places where I've seen a little bit of God: in my auntie's potato salad, in my sister's banana pudding. I've seen God on University in Ohio, on a stage. I've seen a little bit of God in the dimple on my mother's right cheek when her smile is flown at half mast, when my daughter cannonballs into the flat water of my chest, when my cousin calls and says happy birthday. I've seen a little bit of God on the scar on the back of my right leg, in the creases on my grandmother's hands, and on the bullet that missed my brother. I imagine when my hourglass is empty and I stand before God, the first thing I will say is, have we met before? I think I've seen you somewhere. You look so familiar.
Wow.
I like it. I like.
Deep.
Come on, Bob. Well, look, if there's more of that for us to expect, then I really am looking forward to seeing the show. And then you're next, and then Blacker, right? So, quite a lineup. This seems to be a full evening of entertainment.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah, wonderful. Ray, you write poems, don't you? Also.
Long time I never wrote a poem, but yes, I wrote a few. But I can't recite any tonight. I promise.
Yeah. All right. Well, but so the show is gonna be in Belize City on Thursday and Friday, Dangriga Saturday and Sunday, correct?
That is correct.
And then where from there?
From there, we probably be traveling in the U.S.
So there's nowhere else in Belize, no Cayo,
no Kaya, nowhere
Orange
else right
Walk.
now.
Okay.
Right, Dangriga took the step forward, and we are very happy, and we are making sure that happens. Now, come next year, we probably will be touring the entire country.
Wonderful. Where in Dangriga will the show be held?
At the Chiste Stadium.
The Garcia Complex.
Okay. You said stadium, kind of like look on. They're not open yet, no?
No.
Okay.
Remember Civic Stadium? Open air, right?
I get that, but Civic, they're not a stadium.
Okay.
Can I ask you a question here, Mr. I look at the name Coffee, Royal Coffee now. Could you just tell me or tell us what specifically the show intends to portray or depict of the coffee, the Royal Coffee?
Go, Dwight.
I never heard the whole of that question.
Repeat that, Joe.
The name of the show is Royal Coffee, which may sound self-explanatory to some extent. But I may just want to hear, what is it the show in itself will seek to depict or portray?
Basically, it takes a long but kind of humorous look at the way that we present ourselves in society and the kinds of the kinds of way we tend to talk about each other, the names we call each other, the pretenses that we have, particularly as well when the Creole them when Creole them a king as they call it, no, when we used to look down on the other ethnic groups and live this pretentious life, hypocritical almost, when inside each home there were these skeletons that we really wanted to keep in the closet. So that's basically what it's about, the kinds of gossip and scandal that is within each family, and how you portray yourself to
I just want to say,
the outside world. But Mike, you had a chance to
Yeah, that's
listen
a
to
good hypnosis of it. I think you summed it up pretty well there.
I
Uh,
just wanted to say that I remember is a term that was coined by Evan Exide in trying to describe some of the upper crust of the Belizean Creole and how they act and how they interact with the rest of the society, as the white was saying.
where came to mind a Blacker's
Can I
poem.
interrupt with that? It's not also about how they react in society. It's also of the fallacy of the mask that they have within the family as well.
right.
Yes.
It's not only
Yes.
about in society, it's the things that they do to each other within the family as well. And they still have
Within the family.
this nose in
Yeah.
the air.
Yeah. Most
elite,
definitely.
A lot of things, a lot of masking, a lot
A lot and a lot of
showing,
colorism.
yeah,
Yeah, we don't
Oh,
want
of
to get it.
course.
We don't want. You can't get in the whole show.
right.
No,
Uh,
no.
but I tell you, I got an opportunity to see a rehearsal, and I was impressed. I am impressed, and I think it's going to be a very good shot. I encourage anybody who can see it, get out there and see it. Certainly, if you're in the U.S. and you have family in Belize, tell them this an opportunity. And we don't go out as often as we do. We really need for socialize, kind of one basic human trait. Something that we have to do is go out, socialize, um, share stories with one another. And these are some of the stories that we need to share and put out there for everybody to see. It is reality.
I, yeah,
And
but I remember we had the term Royal Creole in Belize, and we have pretty much the older ones like myself, we knew what was meant by the Royal Creole. But I wanted to hear a little more, which I think I'm getting it now, is that the show apparently is an attempt to sort of define who we are and what we are as Creoles, which I think would be good for Belizeans as a whole, because my life that I live as a Creole in this city from 1942, there was no doubt that the Creole, the 70% of that we were in, was in fact in the forefront of the resistance to colonialism. It was the Creole, particularly the epicenter for the resistance was Belize City.
mhm.
And this was where we numbered the most. And I think it would be good indeed for us to begin to define who we really are. Because we are of great significance to this country, there is no doubt about it. It's unfortunate that the
But
migration policy certainly did not suit us well, because it did replace many of us.
The interesting thing, Joe, that no, just one. It's not just the Crofi, but this bringing everybody, all the other ethnic groups also, and
yes,
that's the way I
yes,
find
yes,
interesting about it. No,
yes.
so they're really dealing with the whole Belizean experience. This melting pot of cultures that we have going on here. Uh,
But in past it's only recent now. I mean, we always had Hispanic and such, but the conglomeration of them made the Creole population. It was a mix of everybody. The English, the whoever came to Belize and adopted what was typically the Belize culture. Eat rice and beans, eat panades, eat whatever. That was how I define Crofi and Creole. It's not just mainly based on what your Hispanic or Black African heritage or even part European. It's that amalgamation of the culture that I believe is the Creole and the Creole culture.
Can I
Go ahead. Yeah.
I hear what you say, Mr. Morrison, but like say in terms of our show, we also show that even though things have changed, they still have
remain
that
the same.
heritage. And what you're saying about the food and stuff, there's more to it than that. There's these little hidden things that people didn't really want to accept that was there, and it's still there now.
Tell me a few of those little things if it's
Obia.
Of course,
All
Obia
ethnic
is-
group, the Creole, the Hispanics, the Mayan,
Yes.
the Hispanics. It's not Hispanic. We did not say Hispanics back then. We say the word P. Hispanic.
Yes, we did, and it
Right?
didn't seem like it was
Am I correct?
offensive. I don't know if it
No
was, but
adopting the words Hispanic.
No,
Well,
we
you
don't
got
have
Panya machine.
Hispanics in Belize.
Are you
It
saying
was offensive, Gregory. It was always offensive. Just that people didn't know how to
but we didn't
defend
use to say,
themselves.
no, but we
What
used to
was
just say it.
no? Well, not really offensive. I mean, you want to
People
say
used to call-
discriminatory, but
Yeah.
people, but most people don't say it offensively. Some other people don't take it offensively,
Exactly.
but you can.
The whole idea of the G Mike is that for a lot of us growing up, we heard our parents or grandparents using it, and we didn't even know that it was supposed to be offensive.
Exactly.
So, and in a lot of instances, we used it innocently.
Yeah.
Right.
Why you the panya koya? And then
But some,
Unfortunately,
someone nickname that Spanish, you know, kind of Spanish, you know.
Even the word,
are you
even the word coolie. Even
Yes.
the word coolie. In Belize, we never use coolie in a
Offense.
derogative manner.
Correct,
If
correct.
you go to any other Caribbean islands,
That's right.
you better don't call someone a
Yeah,
coolie.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
actually, I was corrected the other day. I was speaking to Brother David, the musician, back at Yabra. And I mentioned that when there was a time, a lot of coolie me live back here. You see, and the man stopped me and it was like, whoa, you don't use that word. But see, our cancel culture is real. But for the most part, I think it's stupid and it's gone too far. Because that if spirit behind what you say, I don't think that necessarily the word as such.
Can I ask you this? Are you saying that the word coffee, when you say the royal coffee, that coffee is synonymous to Creole, the word Creole? Or is it a different word, a different meaning?
I think the answer to that is no. I mean,
It's
but
the same.
the
It's the
question
same.
directed at who? Ray or that Dwight you the talk to?
That's what, no, I mean, when anyone, I have always think of coffee as Creole.
But not
Yeah,
derogatory.
no,
Not
that-
derogatory, of
yeah.
course.
Okay.
They're
But
the
I
same
thought
to
that
me.
the Creole, the Creole, evidently was
Yeah.
not East Indians or Coolie, nor mestizo.
No.
We were not Garifunes, we were Creole.
Right.
That is
But we
correct.
were a mix. But we were a mix of
But
all those
Creole.
cultures.
Then
Well, Belizeans are a mix of that. I don't think Crawford are a mix of that.
we were referred to as
No, we are.
But the
When I
coffee-
check my DNA genealogy, I have every single thing in my DNA.
But that's not the
Central
argument.
American, indigenous.
That's not the argument
That's
about
not the
word.
argument. Yeah, yeah.
No, but we were asking what.
If you
But I
want
consider
to-
myself. But I consider myself.
I know what it was like to be when you refer to someone as Croffy. It was somewhat derogatory. That's right. I see somebody just put it up. Croffy was derogatory. In Belize City where I grew up. And yes, I mean,
supposed to be the low level.
That's right.
Yeah.
I,
Yes.
This is the
Go
imagery.
to a school like this, which I would like to go. But I'm trying to understand that if I tell somebody, boy, I think you should go. But why should I go? I want to get an understanding of what will be portrayed. Because when I see Royal Coffee, I'm not sure if the connotation has anything to do with what it was then, in a derogatory sense. So
You know, and this is the one of the imagery that's coming out in the play is the shades and the shadows that we have dealt with as a people. I in discussion with a friend of mine from Benke, who is a mestizo, and
No
she said,
mestizo, Papa.
okay, she said, as a mestizo, she felt very proud and very strong to tell a friend, listen, no make the coffee come out in me.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
it was not, she didn't say derogatory.
With pride.
Exactly.
With
No, no.
pride.
Except Ray,
Pride,
except Ray.
very firmly,
Yeah.
I
very
I
strongly.
don't
I don't think it was
Except Ray that-
derogatory. My mom
I
used to say
do
hina coffee. My
yeah,
mom used to say hina
I've never
coffee.
considered it derogatory, and I've
never
been
did.
referred to as coffee already. So
Right.
But
But-
except that when you use, at least when I was growing up, when you use the term coffee, you're the refer to them bad behavior Creole,
That's
where
right.
always
no, they're not Hillary, man.
Or wasa.
and then what's
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
man as I said something they catch in a fight, throw down
Yeah,
fight
yeah,
to
yeah.
in a drain and
No.
that kind of thing. That was
I
the
s-
original for me. That was what I grew up understanding
Okay.
coffee to be. So when I
So
call
who
it
were the
a
other
coffee,
ones? Who were the other ones, Dwight?
Basically,
Royal
you're
Creole.
You're a Creole,
That's
and,
right.
and then later on,
Exactly.
as Evan coined the term, you become the Royal Creole. Then the one they got a nose up in the air, as somebody said earlier, and so there are all these gradations that come along with every single thing.
And the
that-
colorism of it too.
Definitely.
and
definitely.
so
Yeah.
when,
You know-
when I hear somebody that Ben Kessler not bring out the coffee, I mean, the first thing I think about, she going to go fight. She going to
Right.
tell somebody about it.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
Yeah.
and
Gonna
that
be the
is, and
negative
that is
part
what
of me.
coffee.
That's what I mean. In other words, they try to tell you, not worry me, because I don't want to put hand on your
Yeah,
right
I went channel me in a disgusting.
That was the
Yeah,
direct connotation. But can I come back then to simply put it this way? Now that you have enlightened me, that the Royal is not in the sense of the pro-British Creole. That's what were the Royal Creole, who were very subservient to the British. But I would say this, that if the show is in fact depicting what is in fact that define the Creole in our society, I think it should be quite enlightening and giving a lot of insightful history and of the Creole culture. Because who said Creole not got no culture? It's true, we do have a culture.
Right.
And I think that the show will be depicting the Creole culture.
It will be interesting, I tell you, and if you convince anybody to go, they will not be disappointed. I can tell you that. And now we see Rudy on the show also, and then Blacker. I don't know. Before I even heard of Blacker, somebody had sent me a clip with his poem "Gate Man," and the man hilarious. I saw him the last time on your show too.
Blacker is
But
there.
speak of
Blacker
it.
is
on.
there.
I know it said speak of the devil. I'm not going to say speak of the devil. But the man is here. Blacker, let me say what an honor it is for all of us, man, to have you on the show with us. And I was just telling him the story before I even heard of you. That somebody had given me that clip years ago. When did you do the Gate Man? What year?
Oh, Gate Man would have been Lord of Mercy. What year was that? Let me see. It would have been 2008, 2008 thereabouts.
All right, because I fell over laughing, and when I saw that you were going to be on that show at the Bliss, I said, "Well, I got to go see this." And let me say I don't want to meet you in person. And first thing I do, ask you for an autograph because I'm really impressed, and your your quality shine through, man.
Why are
you-
you lucky and then ask me for
But
autograph?
Mr. Ellis, can you tell us where you have a list?
But you that coffee, we don't want.
Ah, that's why.
Yeah, but go ahead.
Yeah,
Mr.
somebody
Ellis,
asking something.
Mr. Ellis, can you tell
Yeah.
us where you have a list?
Repeat that question slowly.
Not in a Creole, in a understandable English.
Yes.
Like we're proud, we're pleased. But what you seem to have developed an affinity for Belize, and we're happy about that.
Yes, I think I'll be coming here every year now.
I got one house in Ladyville. I know somebody trying to rent you. Uh,
I will take it. I will take it. I will take it.
yeah, man, take up residence at some point.
But but the rent has to be quoted in Jamaican dollars.
There are thousands with the talk about, man. You handle a lot of money, Blacker. We don't handle that kind of money. Then we go 2 for 1. Yeah, but you're having any new material, or you're gonna bring up some of the old one?
So that's my problem with people who always ask comedians that question. You never, if Barry Salmon come here, him sing the same old songs and you scream same way. But you keep asking comedians, do you have any new joke? No, I have no new joke. Of course, there's always new commentary and new observations. Each time I come to Belize, I like to make the content be about the place and what I've discovered. So last time I came here, I went to Kikaka. And this time I came here, I went to the official ceremony commemorating the Battle of the St. George's Key. And I danced around the street. I want to comment on those things. And I also discovered that there's a place, a lighthouse, where everybody in Belize either lost their virginity or got conceived on the grave. Mr. Bliss.
You really expose everything about me right now. But now certainly a man of your talent, even when you recite the old jokes and song new, man, and I really think that you add a lot to the show, and it's going the whole show. The lineup seems to me amazing because I'm really impressed with Rudy's talents there also. So this we look forward to seeing this and seeing a lot more. You, Blacker, you really have to consider your second home. And I know Canada is your second home, correct?
Yes,
maybe Blacker could give us one joke before you go, man.
My wife and kids are in Canada, and I have family in Jamaica. But I have family in Belize because Ray is like my brother. Ray and I go back years. So my eldest child is 43, and I knew Ray before my eldest child was born. So
that's a long friendship. Yeah.
Indeed.
Can I ask you, as a Royal Coffee, are you related to Kamala Harris?
His name is Ellis, not Harris.
Oh, I thought you are related.
Yeah. He probably from the same community.
I think we're all related.
Yes, we are.
At some point, right? We're going way back.
Absolutely.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
For this play, can I say something? For this particular year, when the audience leave, they will be asking themselves a lot of questions.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
I agree.
There will be a lot of questions that they will be asking themselves. It will start a lot of conversations in families.
Yeah.
Why do you think so? Could you tell us?
Because of what I'm not going to let it out, because of what Royal Crawford will bring out, for what Rudy will bring out, and for what Mr. Ellis experienced yesterday when we were all marching on Albert.
That man busy. I'm surprised you're not going to penny in your hand.
and that is the beauty of culture and the arts in the Caribbean and its diaspora, is that it's not just about the release and the relief and the entertainment value, but there's always something organically linked to our understanding of ourselves. Something that will not just laugh, but laugh and learn. You know, and that for me is the beauty of it. The very name Royal Coffee, which is really the embodiment of how we in the Caribbean say everything is oxymoron. We're wicked, we're good bad, and the good thing wicked, and the nice show bad. And that's the way we are. We're good bad and we're bad good. And that Royal Coffee, I think, embodies that notion of we're mixing we are a case study in contradiction. That makes it wonderful.
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day deeply, and I'm saying how we do that, because even the kids nowadays, we're mixing it up. They don't say something good, that's wicked. So that meaning good. You know, I don't know when it come in, and you're right, that oxymoron, but the part of the culture now, and we can't get away from it.
Well, the truth about it that the wicked has been adopted even in the American and English and
Yeah.
American English.
Yeah.
But we go to the younger ones that say, no, even why that ill? That's sick.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
sick.
well, we need to find a doctor for this, all right? So,
That's
but
it. Yeah.
but I want the culture. Black, have you seen a lot of different similarities between the Belizean culture and the Jamaican culture, for instance?
Absolutely. I think the way we talk is very similar. Um, the first Belizean I hear talk was Ray Gongora. And him sound like a Jamaican countryman. Him
Mm.
sound like a man from St. Elizabeth in Jamaica.
You
But
know
there's a
that.
similarity.
Yeah, there are even a lot of terms, and there's one I heard in your gate man that we pick up a lot of them. One that we didn't pick up was cry cree. Explain cry cree to me.
So cry cree is when you're playing as a child, you're playing games, you want to break it a cree. Cree. Cree really meant a pause to catch your breath, or a pause because the game done, or a pause to drink some water. So cree was really just a break in the game. Tea break kind
So
of
when you
thing.
cry cree, the ball from a break, like,
Right.
yeah, hold up.
Exactly. Exactly.
Interesting. Joy, had you heard about that? Had you heard that term?
No. I think it's the first time I'm hearing that one. When it's talk about Cree, no, I
It-
didn't know.
and I found that interesting because there are many other. My grandfather was from Jamaica, by the way, so he spoke something more Jamaican. They never lose their accent. They talk Jamaican true and true. Yeah, the Royal Crawford now they will speak for you, and they will speak well. But you know yeah,
Her Majesty's English.
Her Majesty's English, and we go further than that. We go more American than the Americans, not realizing that Americans don't really speak English. They
I think you meet a girl when I apply for visa last week.
That's right.
He said that. Boy, look at no, but I'm looking forward to this show. And I think those people in Dangriga are going to get a big treat. I'm wishing them to do it in more districts, man, because we all deserve this kind of relief. You know, that comic
Yeah.
relief and entertainment. We need it.
But let me say this since you bring that up, G Mike, if I may. We had an experience last year when we were looking for somewhere to rehearse when the place was not available. I offered to get the Civic Center here in Belmopan with the hope that because it was designed as a sort of a community space, that it would have been good for something like that. And it was horrible when it came to the acoustics and whatever have you. And Ray and I can tell you, it was probably one of the worst rehearsals we ever had.
Wow.
This year, I decided I was going to go to UB, and I asked them for the Jaguar Hall, not realizing that the Jaguar Hall is
It's an
actually used
auditorium.
as classrooms. But it would have been the perfect place to rehearse and do a play. Well, we ended up in the gym. Long story short, as girls say, we ended up in the gym. And the gym had some of the best acoustics I've heard for a space that size. All
Yeah.
right? And so we're thinking seriously, maybe the next time we come around, Belmopan could be on the list because we could do certain things with the UB gym. And I hope that the president of UB is listening because he's one of our ardent supporters. But that is a challenge that we find when we're looking for space to perform. It's all right if we don't have the proper space or the proper seating
Acoustics
or
isn't
that kind of thing,
proper.
but
Yeah.
the acoustics is really important when you're doing plays.
People
of
could
this
hear
sort.
what you're saying. Yeah.
Precisely,
Right.
especially
Yeah.
if you don't have audio equipment, you don't have mic and that kind of thing, it becomes very important, and that has been one of our shortcomings here in the country of Belize. That
Yeah.
we make these multi-purpose buildings that are geared more towards parties than towards family recreation and theater and that kind of thing. So
Right.
I just wanted to put that out there, no, because it's something we need. I hope somebody from niche to hear, somebody from the Arts Council here, because this is the direction we need to start going in. Because we are losing our culture because we're not a
How
new
how
generation.
We're not
not a
acting it out. We're not acting it out.
precisely. They are not
how
seeing people on stage with the talent that we have, and we have quite a bit of talent, by the way.
Can I ask you something here, Mr. Dwight?
Sir,
These shows are live shows, evidently, right? Live shows. Are you be videoing them so that hopefully you can commercialize them and market them through the television?
well, that is what the purple economy or the orange economy or whatever it is. That is what it's supposed to be. How you can monetize your culture, arts, whatever have you. But I am not seeing it. I am seeing it being manifested in areas like the graphic arts, or in paintings and carvings and things like that, or in dance. But I'm not seeing it in the performing arts, at least not that much. Even the musical side of things, they're only focusing on the bands and the dance music and the entertainment and that kind of thing. We're not really focusing on a more, like, since Mr. Peter's gone, I know he have a whole lot of boom and shine again.
But what I was asking you is that and I had an experience where I did it before and I did make money off of it. But it was in sports, huh? I was the president. And then the time we never had the technology that we have now. And I do that videotaping of a race right at what was before the Marion Jones. And it was a challenge when the guy asked me, he said, but when you make money, I want you to come back and tell me, oh, well, we did make money. The guy took it and I took it to the media. And I did get it over. And we get a lot of advertisements. So what comes to my mind now, yes, I am a business person, but I believe that the performing arts must be turned into an industry for this country. And myself and Glenn Tillett, who has gone, we tried a lot to do. So I thought that if this show, from all I'm hearing, with the distinguished artists, celebrated artists, why can't it be videotaped and done in a way where it could be marketed?
Well, Niche has the equipment for sure.
Yeah, well, whether they have it or not, we have the equipment in Belize for sure.
They got their cameras. How do you need a sensible camera, Dwight?
You need multiple cameras, not
I
one.
wouldn't go that far.
You need
Got
multiple
some
cameras.
equipment right now.
Well, we have multiple cameras in country. They should be able to pull up on those. I know. Say, Ray, do you encourage or discourage filming? I know there's some I've entered arenas where they ask you not to take any pictures or film or like that. Have you developed a policy on that?
Personally, I have no problem with it. I have no problem with filming. Not at all. That's how you gain popularity now with the media. You know, people go to a show and they take their camera and they do a little 2-3 minute piece of your work and they put it on Facebook and TikTok and this and that, and it's gone wild.
Well, when you look at it like that, Blacker, a man in your position who have been out there and worked with large agencies and whatnot, what's your policy on that?
I'm not very, shall we say, precious about the whole business of whether they record me or not. I really don't care. I don't believe that you recording me will prevent me from earning money. If you want to record me and make some money, go on. I'm still gonna make some money. So to me, it's neither here nor there.
But that's interesting because that's now part of, I mean, like the copyright thing. I wonder sometimes.
You know, it used to be a real contentious thing, but I think with the pervasiveness of cameras on phone, there's no control over it, and even those places that kind of puts a restriction, they're not able to manage it and control it. So
but there are people who will sue you. There are people who will sue you if you try to.
No, if you commercialize it, you could get sued. But to just record it now, it's so pervasive. Whenever you go to a show, 200 people, if there are 200 people there, there's 200 people, there's 100 people with their camera on you. That's what I've seen.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if they can stop it really with that many people. That's the point too. Yeah.
My support for it is certainly it has to be profit making thing. I mean, I'm not belittling the importance of profit.
You know, I had liked because they had live stream.
To keep this thing alive.
They had live stream a couple of the programs.
10 years from now, we can look back at this show, just like how today I still look at Sanford and Son, and I enjoy it still. But there's something for me to look back on.
Yeah.
I don't like this Royal Coffee. Can we look back 10 years from now and see who we were then?
Yeah,
right.
I think what I was going to
May
say
I
is
ask?
that
Can I ask Mr. Francisco, because he's out there too with a lot of this? What is his comment on this? Because
you're muted, Rudy. You're muted.
With the film, because
You're
in
muted.
different
Yeah.
countries there are a lot of rules and regulations. So
Yeah.
there's
So
a lot.
I mean, when I do shows, I allow people to film. That's totally fine. Like if I'm showing up to like an open mic and I'm working out something new, I would prefer people not to film because I'm still working out the details, and I would rather have it not out there until I feel like I'm comfortable with the piece that that's being displayed. Also, like I've gone to comedy shows with like popular comedians where as soon as you walk in, they hand you like this like pouch to put your phone in, and then like they lock it so that you can't even bring your phone out. And what I've noticed is that it makes me feel a lot more present as an audience member because I'm not like looking for my phone and recording. And to be honest, most things that I've ever recorded, I don't go back and watch. But I feel like all the times where I had to put my phone away and just be in the room and be present, I've had a much more rich experience with the whole show because I'm not focused on recording it. I'm focused on just being there in the moment.
How pleasing you think, Mr. Francisco, to your great-grandchildren can look back one day and say, that is my great-great-grandfather. Look at him. Man, we have the talents like him. We need to do something. The thing about it is that the copyright laws is not supposed to be seen as something capitalistic greed. It is something that must make the people who make it happen benefit from it because it's part of their just share of their investment. And that's what copyright is about, is that
I can say something really quick where that is concerned. As a movie theater concert goer, I have been to open mics. Like as Rudy has said, I've been to even comedy shows. And there's a comedy show recently that I went to by a Jamaican, White Yardie.
Yeah.
And he doesn't allow anyone to video him on stage, and that's the first thing it's a disclosure. He makes that a very it's part of his disclosure, it's part of his show. Please, no cameras, no lights, no videotaping. So if that's something that that the theater company wants to pursue, then I think they should sit down and come up with what their protocols would be and find a production company that would videotape the shows for them to have total rights over how they want to produce their tapings and filmings of their show.
Yeah, it's a personal choice, I think. Guys, I see Sharon is back on again. You guys are gonna get the first half. She would have gotten the second half. We started late. A man like Blacka, you want to give me a few lines of at least gate man, top man, security man. Yeah. You can't left with. And that's something like the Royal Creole, because this gate man, boy, that one very funny thing. If they're not a show for this one, Blacka, which is why I'm going to ask you that question, but give me a few lines, please.
It's interesting because that gate man poem was, like most of my work, was based on a real experience. And we all know that person. All of us have encountered somebody like that who get this sense of power based on what the job does. If in Jamaica, every taxi man, every minibus conductor kind of abuse that power. The bus move on to meet because men bar and that whole thing.
Yeah.
Experience. So the gate man, so you have to. suspend disbelief and imagine with me that the sign is a sign right above my head, and the sign says staff must show ID. And in my hand is a massive bunch of keys, and on my chest is pinned my ID. That bunch of key and that ID, those are my sources of power. And the sign behind me, that's my mandate. Staff must show ID. Me is a gate man, key man, watchman, security expert. Everybody have to pass through me. Me no partial cater or curry favor. Everybody have to show ID. You could be manager, governor, or prime minister. Me solid more than rock. If you don't respect me and brandish your ID, the main gate won't just stay locked. Me the gate man, key man, watchman, security expert. Me have power. Me carry weight. Big neck admin people have manners when me a hold the front gate. Me make them ball and murmur and beg and explain and complain and wait. Cry I water, lose them temper and reach inside her 2 hours late. Woman walk on chalk line. Man get fixed and resign. At the poor of me and my bunch of key. Me no use conscience. Me no play ease up. Me no give lie. Me no cry cree. Me the gate man, key man, watchman, security expert. Me teach uptown people left for free. Anybody pass me learn fast, say I don't take argument. I only take ID. In the nice HR lady, she was Indian lady named Miss Lee. And she interview me now. And she give me the bunch of key. She come work last week, told about morning Rocky. Oops, I left my ID. Me don't put it tough. I say, oops, not enough. That naga working, Miss Lee. She start murmur, argue, beg, she complain, she plead. Me just kiss my teeth and show with the sign say, staff must show ID. She miss meeting, cancel appointment, and go back current and fair ID. Come is a gate man, key man, watchman, security expert. People have to respect me. The chairman and CEO pull up with him chauffeur in a Chris SUV. Yes, him picture him up on the guardhouse wall. Yes, the place name for him. But him never have no ID. In back up still, fight broke and 7 security interview. Me thump down 2, kick down 2 and karate the other 3. Come in a gate man, key man, watchman, security bad man. Nobody can stop me. Them fire me last week. But me teeth the bunch of key.
Blacka, yeah, man, we're honored, boy. Boy, that way to say that basically the same concept. Where you know this man, and we see it a lot indeed. Everybody knows somebody like that. You got at the airport, the man, the security man there. He went not making it what in digging your suitcase. He control things now, and you have to stand up there and be. You hit that him at the gate man with the key. Yeah. Guys, we want to thank you all. We want to invite everybody to go out there and watch this show. We're certainly going to be in the audience. Blacka and Anna, thank you very much, my brother.
Give me 1 minute, please.
Yes. Well, you will get a rest, but go ahead.
I never have the courage to ask Mr. Blacka that bliss. Hello?
Yes, I'm listening.
But I know, sir, you may get one special Belize pin for your friend, Sir Colville. Ask about the Charlie Price. Who that Charlie Price? Whether Charlie Price? Can you say that straight out of Jamaica, that we champion rat, but
You got Charlie Price up there too, Blacka?
You know, it went back to then, right? And I think somebody may say something about Charlie Price in the audience, but they never reached you.
But I have to go do some research early tomorrow. And so that I'm on top of that Charlie Price thing. Because the only price I know is Rodney Price, aka Bounty Killer.
But not Charlie Price.
So when they call it rat then at Jamaica.
Serious, man. Serious. Thank you.
Yeah. But I'm looking forward. I know the place that they're exporting.
Sorry?
I'm looking forward to hear Rudy Francisco. Because I'm a lover of poetry.
Yeah, actually, I like poetry too, and I sometimes I do write, so I have to meet up with Rudy when he's in California again.
You just want to steal some of man material.
No,
All
not
of
to steal it.
you,
I will.
you
They
want
say
borrow.
you could borrow it.
No wonder you want to go tape the man show. Come on. Next year, yeah, next week when I gate man, I'm a gate man, sweet man. Top security.
You remember when he said when the angels say right, right?
When the angels say what?
When the angels say right, right.
What that?
That was a collection of poems.
Yes.
By who?
King, Edna King.
Okay. And the King did some poems too. Yeah. Guys,
the angels are calling on you to write poems, Francisco.
Right. Yes.
We'll spend some time with Sharon for the rest of the show. I want to thank you guys for coming on. A pleasure indeed, an honor. Really grateful. We'll see everybody tomorrow night, right? At the Bliss. Enough love every time.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Well, coffee.
Yeah, man, Blacker. Yeah, man, respect. I come for my autograph first thing as I see you, right? Easy, man.
You give me
Yeah.
True, real, man.
All right. Now, we really want encourage everybody to go out and see the show. Joy, you need to get a ticket.
Yes, actually, what's the time right now? They try to make sure. I can't see too good.
Yeah, they start at 8 o'clock. The show, or 7, I think it said the show start.
The doors open at 6 and
So when the show begins?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock, okay.
Yeah, you can stay awake till then, right?
Well, that's when I'm just getting up.
All right, Sharon. I hope Sharon got trouble now, like how we just to get ready for bring on.
She had said there was network problem with her.
All right. And we're done. We keep on Black and the crew for a little longer. But anyway, guys, well, listen, and I want to talk to so much. All right, Black is back. All right. You're not going away.
I would like, Mr. Chairman, if you allow me to, I would like to hear from Wayne Blacker Ellis something about his background. I didn't hear much about you. In fact, it's the first time I'm seeing you and hearing you. But I do hear about you, Jamaicans, how talented you are, no?
Well, about my background, basically, I was born and raised in Trenchtown, Kingston, Jamaica. I'm from a family of entertainers. My mother was a dancer. My father was a singer. I have a famous uncle. My father was a backup singer with my more famous uncle. I'm sure you might have heard the name Alton Ellis.
Oh, yeah.
That's my uncle. Jamaica's very, very first female recording artist was my late aunt Hortense Ellis. So I've been living in the business for all my life, basically. So that's my background.
But you
were you in the time of Bob Marley?
I lived on the same street as Bob Marley, First Street.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's a deep history. Yeah, man. But you've done extensive studies also in arts, etc. Correct?
Yes, I have my first year of study was theater arts. I'm a trained drama teacher. I'm currently lecturing in theater arts and arts management. But I also studied in Canada and did a master's in environmental studies, where I focused on the intersection of arts, culture, and environment. So I'm all over the place.
That's interesting. I couldn't imagine you could put those together.
Right, right? Distinguished. The man's in the crossroads. He's right there. He got a stoplight. Him at the gate, man, you know. No. Yeah, but thanks, Black. I appreciate it, man. Yeah. Sharon, you're here with us? Sharon?
Yes, sir. Yes,
all right.
there.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have to yeah, and we get mixed up. Yeah,
I can hear you.
I can hear you too. You can hear me now? Yes, give me 2 fingers. 3 0. No, yeah, they got a little trouble for you, girl.
Yeah, it's slow. I could see the
it come in late. Hello. Hi there.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, good night again.
All right, good night again. So, Sharon, where they go on with your party, man? Where do it? Which? And you never did tell me which side you depend.
The side I depend that Belize. I am the ask me what the march with always march as a Belizean, as all of us should, and
When you sit down
every
in a, when you
political
sit down in
party
a
should get
house,
its act together. It has to be about the country and not about ego.
Yes,
Sorry?
individual.
when you sit down in a house, which side you sit down on?
Sorry?
When you sit in the
Sorry, I
house,
didn't hear.
you're not still not hear me. Am I mute? You hear me, Greg?
Yeah, I can hear you.
The backside. Sincerely.
Hey, we had one comedian already. We don't need more comedian in the house right now, unless we have put you up on
With
the stage.
respect to Belize and where I am, I am a Belizean first and foremost, and I believe that right now, sorry, I'm not, like it's breaking in between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's breaking.
Go ahead.
I
Nala.
know that but you go ahead, just yeah. We
I
hear
am a
you.
Belizean, and I see Belize as our heritage, and I have what I call, and I use this word, a Belizean imprimatur. That is something that is in the blood, printed, and it has to do with being heritage holder and holding on to our country and patrimony. And it seems to me that Belize is in a failed state situation, and people are playing politics. And while the enemy, where they look for quay over, then they play chess. For we people now, they play shiny checkers or checkers anymore. Pun intended with the first one. Then they play snakes and ladders. And I'm saying across the political spectrum. We don't have men and women, it seems, who understand what it is to hold on to our country, to fight for our country. When the politicians do get together, it seems they close ranks to close out the people. Belizeans are going through much, and this country is in a situation where they're experimenting with the constitution. People are dead from old age that Belize, instead of young age. Remember when old people dead from old age? We have all the fires burning. We are under an existential threat. There are those who are experimenting with what has been long established, unraveling our Belizean identity, playing games, following the dollar trail, and you have enough intelligent people who are complicit, and the poor people are being literally weeded out. You remember the opiate and the masses, but this time the liquor and the weed, and you know what? The dollar bear and the other thing and so on. We need to have a day when as a people we can say, you know what? This is what we are as Belize. This is how we are as Belize. And this is how we hold on to our country for posterity. We are playing the fool.
I hear
so
you.
The political playing and so on, and the jostling and so on, those things, political parties go through that. But right now, while one going through that, the other one, it seems to my mind, it couldn't have happened better than if they planned it. They're attacking our institutions of state, our constitution, our democracy, freedom of speech, freedom of movement, the history and heritage of this country. And not like say it, but we have to see this diagnosis and Belize exhibiting the signs and symptoms of a failed state. But Belize will not fail because Belize has to prevail.
Well, that's it.
That is our imperative. We have fought for this country.
Why I gonna ask that question? Why I gonna ask that question? Why did I ever get an answer? Listen, but if your long established way of doing things, obviously not.
The Trinidad had a calypso, you know, from all carnival.
Yeah, yeah. If you hear me, you not hear me.
Yeah, we're hearing you.
No, but Sharon not here. Sharon, if our long-established way of doing things has not worked,
Sorry,
because obviously it's not.
I heard like you said if, and then I didn't get the rest.
All right. Are you hearing me now?
If what, please? Yes.
But if you're hearing me, then I could say it now. But if our long-established way of doing things, are you hearing that? Is not working, because apparently from all that you're saying, it is not, then maybe we ought to look at things and examine things and shake things up.
Actually, I believe that
Oh, we missed what you said, Sharon.
I believe that too. Whatever it is.
No, hold on, G. Michael Reed. What you just said just now, you beg one question and you answer it. If it's not broken, don't fix it. When we reach back, when we had less educated, formally educated people, when we had people who are grounded in beliefs, when we had people who are patriotic, when we had people who money couldn't buy, when we had people who knew what it was to fight for and hold on to a country, if you're there alone, we as Belizeans prevail. And that is what, when we unite around the love of Belize, that is the lesson and legacy of the very Battle of St. George's Key. It goes back to 1765. We had people of disparate means. We had slavery, we had freedom in the sense of
but
rulers and rule mixed people. But when it came to the love of the country, that was the signal strength. And people banded together. They might have had differences.
We haven't had that.
But
we
they
haven't had that since
what time it was.
We haven't had that since 1957, when the PUP split, and one crowd gone the next way and one crowd stay. That and then everybody the point finger up on the other one and accuse the other one of being skullduggeries, if you will.
Actually, I don't believe that. I believe that we have to reach back far earlier than 1957. That was when you had the when the man Mene, he said he was made to feel like a dog with two tails. Then the Jeffries, he wasn't on any other side, but when he realized certain things, but you have to reach back to the nationalist movement in that era, because you had the 1765 too, and in history, the ex-servicemen and so on, and the founding of the true nationalist party, but that was hijacked, you see. And then people came forward. There were the unions, the lifeblood, you had the brain trust, then you had some people who could move rank and file. But if we look into our history, we haven't even really started to understand what Samuel Haynes was about. And when he said nature has blessed you with wealth untold and this heritage hold, we should all be heritage holders. When we sing that, we recite that. Those, you could build up on that. So in short, G. Michael Reed, what we are going through right now as Belizeans, you see what you say you've gone back. But they go to antithesis, right? If you say, that I like use colloquial. Remember when I got some pink card with a relative? But remember when the man pink card me there back a bush back a boom? If Zedra there, she'd say, the people there.
Mr. Pink card in the bush.
They get tonte, right? They get tonte. They who your bird, they say who you. And he said, me, Mr. Pinker, the man think he lost, but he delirious or tonte. And it close, he never lost. He was still Mr. Pinker. He had his identity. If he may stay put, and as he stayed put, he was rescued. Belize is like that. We have an identity which has been forged. We have our people. We have our country. We have our patrimony. And we have people who are experimenting with those things. We have a strong constitution. We have to build up our people's constitution. Respect for a rule of law with patrimony. These are the legacy matters. These are what should be holding us together. And our people should be bold enough to say to any politician of whatever party, because It's not about rescuing a political party, you know. It's about rescuing the country. Right now we have this ICJ foolishness.
Why is it foolishness? Why is it foolishness?
Because you will have people who will have independence, and you would go to a sub-forum of the United Nations.
But hold up, Sharon. Sharon, make we talk.
And you will yield up for a sub-forum to second guess that.
Make we talk, man. Hold on. You see, when you get started, man, you know what? You know what? Stop. Listen to me now. Because first of all, a couple of things you bring in the Constitution that you think should be left alone. Then you talk about an enemy that's getting ready on the verge of taking over. Forget what term you use there. But now you're talk about the ICJ, which will give us. But what are we gonna do? What are our options? Do we go and fight Guatemala? Is that what we should do? No, we have to talk. No, man. What do you think we should do when it comes to that? Because you speak of the enemy, and then you speak of the Constitution as it stands, and then you speak of the ICJ. What's your prescribed course of action from here on? Where do we go from here?
You told her to close her mouth, but anyway, I think we.
No, but she's
messing with you.
She's being ridiculous. She's being ridiculous.
With you. No, but I believe that we led our way.
Open it out, leave it. Open it out, leave it, then close it back. Go ahead, Gregory. Okay, you don't want to debate.
I believe we led our way back to posing this question and opening this whole issue again with the territorial rights that we had, that the UN had accepted and had agreed to in giving us our independence. I think that we played the game wrong, and that's why we're exposed ourselves and our leadership, both UDP and PUP.
But you can't just throw that out there like that. There's too much in that. How would you have played it? Because we're still here as a nation. We still exist as an independent Belize, and we can't lose track of that.
But we created the question as to whether we now own the country that.
No, we did. They did. They were claiming us. No, we had nothing to do with that.
Because he's over here.
Because we went and agreed to confidence building.
Lisa, mute that mic for me, Lisa, please.
Because we went back and opened all these issues with confidence building and all these things. But
we had to have a dialogue.
I don't think we needed to.
What are the options? What options do we have?
We had done an exceptional job under the first.
We still are doing an exceptional job.
Prior to independence, in internationalizing the case for Belize, and we failed to carry that through. And instead, we went and tried to negotiate directly.
No, Gregory, you're missing some points. You're missing some key points here. Number one, Guatemala was insisting on a claim. Every time they have some kind of political turmoil over there, and pull it out like an old football and throw it in a play. So we were out. They didn't do that. What Sharon said as an existential threat, that's what she's talking about. Existential threat has been there, and they were still doing all of that. When you have an issue with your neighbor, don't you go to the court?
Open my mouth back, please.
Sharon, stop being sarcastic.
Not to. No, I am not being sarcastic. If you will speak with me a certain way, I will respond in kind. But as I was told, even in retaliation, you cannot afford to be rude. That is my standard. Now, when I say existential threat, and it seems to me you are parlaying what was said, and the example of when you have a conflict with your neighbor, you go to court. No. Sovereignty and international law, and we have all the lawyers who should be saying, with respect to sovereignty and the ICJ, the very nature of sovereignty is that you do not go to a court unless you want to. And the ICJ, as anybody who read could tell you, has two limbs with respect to legal matters, you, if you want for moral suasion, could have had an advisory opinion, which is not binding, right?
But
In addition, Guatemala has been rebuked, has been checkmated over and over and over. But what you have is at the railing of that, hold on, at the railing of that process, the refeaturing and resurrection of that unfounded claim, because Belizeans don't have the result. In my view, you have a United Nations. You have
but I think
a country which, when we came out of independence, when we came in with all our territory intact, we had a guarantee for protection.
Sharon, we have not even protection.
Sharon,
you don't have to shut up. Hold on. You don't have to shut up totally, but you don't have to speak all the time either, Sharon.
No, but you are saying certain things.
No, but you don't give anybody a word. But everybody, you're having a discussion there.
I understand that. I am a great
Joe had a point. Can you at least let Joe make a point?
I just want to ask a question, not a point.
Sorry, I didn't hear that he wanted to. So, of course, you're the host.
Who decide why Belize to go? Who decide for Belize to go to the ICJ? Who made that decision?
It's a question to me.
Well, to any one of us, to anyone out there.
I will wait to see if an answer after everybody else.
Please answer it. Please answer it.
I would like to wait in line. It seems to me that with respect to the pattern of how Belizeans have been herded into it's a Huyo egg, and whenever it comes up with, whether it was Maritime Areas Bill, 17 proposals or Webster proposal, confidence building measures, and now this ICJ matter, the politicians, they close ranks against the people of Belize. Reichler Ramphal proposal, God rest the dead, Mr. Ramphal, and it was the politicians who went to the House and they amended even the referendum. I remember I was warning about that before. Then they put it to the people in a vote because you know what? They want it to be that they will tell the people, you all decided. Then let me ask you this. Wasn't it weren't the diplomats who came and the governments who came and said to the people, you know what? Take this to the ICJ. You have to go to court. And when they put the question, not one everyday Belizean designed that. It is the magnitude of what was done. Check if anywhere else on Mother Planet Earth, you have another sovereign country which would have submitted and made a question, an antithesis of its sovereignty and territory and patrimony, and submit the whole country to a question.
There are a number of countries have done it, but see, if you're rattle on, Sharon, and you will not, you have to yield at some point there.
Let me just make
Sir, that's why I asked that other people answer, because other people answer better than I can answer. But I will answer my truth and my conviction. Thank you.
Answer the question, or at least put it this way. My recollection, because it's not very long ago, the country generally decided to go to a referendum. That was a fact, to the best of my knowledge. Now, the two political parties, and the irony of it, the PUP, in its official capacity, went against going to the International Court of Justice. The UDP at the time supported going. Then outside of that, of course, the rest of the people who were not partisan, they made up their minds. Now, within the PUP, which I was a PUP at that time, as an official PUP too, but I went in support of going. Now, the referendum went through, and the majority decided that they will go to the ICJ. So I would say that even though
we were corralled,
to those who did not partisan who did not vote to go. The point is that what other way could we have made the decision other than going to the people?
But that became a last resort, Mr. Cully. We
So,
didn't have if we had followed the proper. Let me speak for a moment.
follow what? But give us the proper procedure that you would have wanted us to follow, Greg.
It's a referendum, isn't it, for the people to decide? It's not something that was pushed down their throat.
Hold on, Joe.
They didn't have a choice in the end.
Who didn't have a choice? I had a choice. I went to vote. I voted to go.
Because we
And
were
I still think it was the right decision.
And that's fine.
What were we going to do? Live with this forever and leave this heritage to our children to carry on? This fear, this existential threat, if you will? Is that what we were going to do? Just leave it to that's unfair.
Yeah, but
We have to settle this.
Yeah, but maybe just for historical reference, we could discuss it or argue it. But to me, we have gone beyond that. There was a period when we were arguing it, when we were debating it, when we were out there trying to win support for what we believe in.
Yeah.
No, we have passed that.
But that's what's interesting. You made a very interesting point. The PUP was against going. And in fact, I was ostracized to some degree because I didn't go along with them and was supposed to have been a member of that party at that point.
As a matter of fact, the then leader of the opposition, Dean Barrow, made it his business to make it known that Joe Coy is one of them. PUP guy know me to be is not supporting the PUP in this. That he is going to the ICJ.
It was a UDP move. It was under a UDP government.
It was.
But the point I want to make, Mr. Chairman,
And he even let me just finish.
The debate is finished. We have finished that. So even though we have made the wrong decision, if history proves that we made the wrong decision, it's gone. What
anyway,
we do is to fight tooth and nail to win.
Yeah,
so that's the only choice now. That's the only choice. But
if whoever is the moderator or the host would allow me to say something, please. I'm waiting.
Please go ahead, Ms. Sharon.
The existential threat is not the unfounded Guatemalan claim. It is the response that those who don't know how to stand up for belief, and respectfully, it will be easily remembered that even the Referendum Act was changed with respect to the qualification and to make it easier to go. And they have been flopping and so on. But what I am saying with respect to the existential threat is that you do not say you do not have a Belizean identity while you're before the ICJ. You do not experiment with your constitution while you're before the ICJ. You should be consolidating, doubling down, galvanizing, and strengthening.
What about the people? What about the people?
I will not say more.
But you need to sum it up, man.
Hold on. I just want to say this last thing, please, in
Go ahead.
Summary.
Please.
I have understood that when it comes to affairs of state, the enemy listen more. So the best said sometimes, unsaid. And when it comes to this country, there will be millions and people who will protect this country. And by the grace of God, you don't rely upon politicians, not diplomats, nor statesmen.
Who will you rely upon? The people of Belize against 18 million Guatemalans? Is that what you're telling me?
Wars are not won by legions anymore. You have military strategies. The best war is the one that will be won without a single bullet. Fear is what is winning
in the court. Yes, that's the fear yes, in the courts without either the ballot or the bullet. We either go to the courts
No. You defend your country with your brain, so you don't have to defend it with
what brains? You just telling me we don't have any?
No, but what I'm saying,
I didn't say we don't have any. I said we don't. My reference was to that people and the political parties join ranks against the people and hurt them. When Belizeans sit down and use that Belizean intuition and certain things, Belize prevail and has prevailed, and by the grace of God will continue to prevail.
The easiest scapegoat for say blame the politicians. But we are the people. Everybody is the people.
case
They
the
are
fact,
not the easiest scapegoats.
can
They're
can
not
we
the easiest scapegoats.
can we have the fact? The fact is, the politicians, in the case of the partitions, did not collude against us because they were
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
position. They didn't.
They did when they set up the confidence building. They did when they
But you know what?
those things were supposed to go to the House and present it to the people,
Seriously,
and they never did.
if we listen
Those are the genesis of why we are where we are. That having to
but
go
if
to
I
election
listen
phase.
to I'd get depressed, I'd figure there's nothing good about us. We are a good country. We are living in a good country. Everybody come here, enjoy this country. And we ought to be living neighborly with our neighbors as opposed to be
And we
picking
hope that
fights.
would be. We
But
need
with
to
a
be
big
fighting.
fight, man.
Belize has never ever picked a fight.
Well, we
Belize
do
has
that every
always
day.
been
You're doing that
peaceful,
right now.
No, that is not. That defending your country by speaking up for your country
Sound
is
like
not
Israeli.
picking a
Sound
fight.
like the Israelis are
That is
defending
how
their country.
you galvanize your people resolve. Not
Anyway.
fear-mongering and otherwise. And you
People-
call out a regime which has declared over and over, not just on a founded claim, but made threats international against Belize. And
But
Belize
Sharon-
has always been a bastion for peace and democracy and humanity to the world.
So maybe
Belize
we
is
could look
saying
at that.
Belize-
Maybe we could focus on that
Yes.
positive as opposed to just the negatives. But for the last half hour, you've been sprouting a lot of negativity that makes me almost now ashamed to be a Belizean. I feel terrible.
No, we must be proud to be Belizeans, but we must look at the error of the way that certain things have been dealt with.
Yeah, but we're gonna deal with that forever and ever, man.
Yeah, but can I come
We
back?
need, and I will finish, patrimony, identity, sovereignty, territory, spirituality, prosperity, posterity.
Sharon, you have a narrative, and sometimes you have to let somebody in and
Can I
answer
give-
some questions. Go ahead, Joe.
Can I give my perspective in terms of the party politics in Belize? Yes, I was around 8 years old when the People's United Party started, the People's Committee was formed. And then I had to be around, of course, when it became, afterwards, we had the NIP. And I will say this quickly, is that the two political parties of that era have distinguished themselves in service to this country. They have, both of them.
I agree.
But I will say this, that I do have some concerns. Yes, I'm a PUP in terms of the doctrines and the tenets of the PUP. I believe in the doctrines and the tenets of that party still. Now, my concerns is this, that the allegiances to the principles that define the purpose of these political parties were noble principles. I have to ask myself, now, we need to be careful if we are not shifting away from the allegiance to those principles that define us, and perhaps giving more prominence to the interests of the party rather than the country. Now, those are things I'm not saying is happening, but I think we should have some concern.
All right. So yeah, though, I really think that we should be proud of both those political parties for not having us in a position where we have lost any ground. We have not lost anything yet, We only worry about where we lose or where we could lose. But at the end of the day, we stand on good footing. We have an 1859 treaty that defines our territory. We have a 1993 recognition by a president of Guatemala that was tested in the Supreme Court. We have everything in our favor, but we keep worrying. We're too afraid. We are cowards. Yes, we are cowards. That's what it seems like.
And we have a 1798. We have a 1798 victory.
It seems to me cowards are people who are afraid to call out what they perceive to be happening.
But you call it out based on what? On what? No, what kind of grounds?
What I've said, that you defend your country a certain way and you don't go for broke and risk all. We have, and I believe I started by saying, if you will allow me, that
But
when
you're
you
going,
all
you're
are
going,
talking
we're
about
running out of
political
time.
party, notice I said right from the start, and I didn't come here to speak as some political party person, but as a Belizean. That's our imprimatur. And that is it. If we stop right there and say, you know what, we focus on that, right? That is what, like with the Battle of St. George's Key, join us together. We become indomitable. We win. Belize prevail against all odds and by the grace of God. That
Do
is
you
what we
believe
need to
Belize
reach
blessed?
back.
Do you believe Belize is blessed? Do you believe it?
I
Because you
believe
talk about the
Belize
grace of
is
God.
more than blessed. I
So what are we?
believe
What do we have to
Belize
worry
is
about?
more than blessed.
What do we have to worry about then? Is it that you think that
When
the
you
world is
see
going to
risk,
conspire against us?
you must be concerned because there have been certain patterns and matters and events inimical
Well,
to
you
the
have you
interest
either
and
have faith or you don't have
survival
faith.
of belief. You
You
can
either
have
have
faith,
faith
but
or
you
you
must
don't
have
have faith.
faith.
But you could
No,
have
no, no.
betrayal.
You can
could
have
betrayal.
faith, but your faith must be founded on a touchstone and galvanized. And if you have a view and you can put forward that view, that, to my mind, is what should be your compass.
That's a question to your faith.
But
But
would you
It's not
not
a
say,
question to your faith.
would you not say that the Battle
It's
of
a
St.
resolve within your faith.
Would you not say
Correct.
that the Battle of St. George's Key would be in our favor for evidence before the ICJ?
Yes. Yes.
Of
Yes,
course.
so
And that is why, sorry, I don't want to speak too much. Let me share sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry,
No,
Mr.
no,
Joe. I
no.
don't know if you are asking when you say you, if you're asking, I don't know who you're asking, sorry, and I'm not familiar with the program, so
yeah,
you're
you're the
not the
guest.
guest.
We do let our guests speak.
When
But
you look at the very way that the claim has been put, and I would invite you to revisit certain matters with respect to the issue, and that is why you have to pay attention. You would see that they have accepted the Battle of St. George's Key. And when you look at why it is and you see why this myth surfaced in, I think it was 1943 or between 43 and 45 or so, you will see that just when that unfounded claim surfaced, and if you connect the dots over the decades, and that is a question for you all to ask yourselves and answer it. Ponder that.
I listen.
We have run out of time.
Yeah, we've run out
So-
of time. Make we do it some other time. See why? Good night, everybody. Thanks again. Let's go see where our coffee are, right? Peace out. See why?
Good night, Mr. Cowie. Nice
Come on.
to know.
Good night. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, Sharon, for coming on.
You coulda holla say me ugly, but a loon pretty girl stay to chase me. Royal coffee, and my style sticky like toffee. How could you call me ugly when a loon pretty girl stay to chase me? Minor, tell you things gonna make you catch feelings. Your mere existence, you want left to examine. Ebenezer me gone, me know for squeeze dumpling. Believe woman, sweet like stew pumpkin. See me, but you don't know me. Confident, say that me bossy. Inquisitive, you call me nosy. Defend me rights, holler at me chancy. Me no dey show no mercy, we don't take no back chat from nobody. You know how feel like me, but you must respect me. Tell this more. I am a royal coffee. My style sticky like toffee. You coulda holla say me ugly, but a lone pretty girl stay to chase me. Me cool and deadly. Machine gun Kelly. Machiavelli. Stay ready like Freddy. We have woman plenty. Woman the city, woman the country. You coulda act like you no want believe me. Ask the white, that me bally. I am a royal coffee. My style sticky like toffee. You coulda holla say me ugly, but a lone pretty girl stay to chase me. Royal coffee, and my style sticky like toffee. How could you call me ugly when a lone pretty girl stay to chase me? Lot of sexy woman come out of the valley. Me like the way the body move when they party. And a pitch white and Alta Leslie. And the one name Gilda Courtney. Donald Jam, so that much jelly from me Lille, me know where to do with me till it. Me grow up as a bedroom bully, bucket with vein full up them belly. I am a royal coffee, my style sticky like taffy. You coulda holla say me ugly, but alone pretty girl steady chase me. Royal coffee, and my style sticky like taffy. How could you call me ugly when alone pretty girl steady chase me?
Sauce from the Pharaoh, I do this for my kings, rocking kingdom apparel. Sauce from a Pharaoh, I do this for my queens, rocking kingdom apparel. Sauce from the Pharaoh, I do this for my kings, rocking kingdom apparel. Sauce from the Pharaoh, I do this for my queens, rocking kingdom apparel.
Don't need to recount the votes. I'm here to destroy all your hopes, dreams, aspirations. It's like poetry with musical inclinations. I see you peripherally, breathe easily, step lightly like on eggshells, or see real shells. I ring bells, bling bling is green. Don't necessarily need to be seen, but I do need to be heard. In my brain I've accumulated mucho verbs. I'm taking herds to the third curve, tentacles reaching up into the suburbs. 10 o'clock, do you know where your child is at? Inside of a room, all black, grown men beats, that's where we at. As I stack chips, pockets ain't made of glass, so you can't see me dip.
Sauce from the Pharaoh, I do this for my kings, rocking kingdom apparel. Sauce from a Pharaoh, I do this for my queens, rocking kingdom apparel. Sauce from the Pharaoh, I do this for my kings, rocking kingdom apparel. Sauce from the Pharaoh, I do this for my queens, rocking kingdom apparel. Came from the water, evaporated moisture, wavy wave in here, I do it for the culture, cypher, music, I do this, 2023 still moving with a movement, BK where I came from, but the BH raised me in 2015, I became wavy, named by SP, the streets never changed me, I just work smarter, I just work harder, wanna be Nino, so I need a Carter, so I moved to Harlem, that's where it all started, discovered my flow, and I became a problem. Can't solve them, why would you want to? I do what I want to, you do what you can do. When it come to bars, I'm lit like a candle. Sauce from the Pharaoh, I do this for my kings, rocking kingdom apparel. Sauce from a Pharaoh, I do this for my queens, rocking kingdom apparel. Sauce from the Pharaoh, I do this for my kings, rocking kingdom apparel. Sauce from the Pharaoh, I do this for my queens, rocking kingdom apparel.
Plus, I've got no area. I'm scarier than rebels in Somalia. Fools be thinking my last name, it's Ochoa. Supplier, mozzarella. Observe as I bum rush the Federal Reserve. Sensory overload, making you victim of my venom. Breaking down your molecular structure before I digest even. Instant paralysis. I'm crazy swift with this. You're on my hit list. I'm on your chick's wish list because of this ability to strike repeatedly. Stay coiled. Fools test this and boils. I bring freaks out at night like the gargoyles.
Sauce from the Pharaoh, I do this for my kings, rocking kingdom apparel. Sauce from a Pharaoh, I do this for my queens, rocking kingdom apparel.